How's it going, everyone? Before we get to the video, I'd really appreciate it if you took the time to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on notifications to get notified right away when I drop a video. The channel is getting closer to 1,000 every day, and I'd appreciate it if you help to get there. Thank you. But anyway, today we're going to go over a few Laker and NBA rumors involving Zach Lavine rumored to be requesting a trade out of Chicago, and where I think he may end up, Kyle Kuzma's recent play and him revealing he tweaked his jump shot a little bit, and if J.R. Smith or Dion Waiters will end up playing more minutes than the other when the games matter, starting on Thursday when they go up against the Clippers. But beginning with the Zach Lavine trade rumors, as rumors have come out about teams contacting Chicago about his future availability. Teams like the New York Knicks and Brooklyn Nets have been named as actual teams who have contacted Chicago about him, but Zach Lowe also reports that multiple teams have contacted Chicago about him, and according to him, good teams have been in contact about him. And by good teams, I assume he means teams that are at least in championship contention, which I do think this links the Lakers to him once again, as they may be doing their due diligence on him for the future if they don't like the look of their team after the playoffs. There are still rumors that float around just about every other week that link Lavine to LA yet, or at least people speculating and trying to speak it into existence, as the great LeVar Ball would say. I do think Lavine is a realistic trade possibility for the Laker team if they really wanted to get him, but at the very least I think they would have to give up Kuzma, Danny Green to match his salary, and the player they draft in the 2020 NBA draft with their first round pick, and a future first round pick as well. There's a whole lot of fans who really want Lavine to get brought into LA, but then again there are a whole lot of fans who want nothing to do with him. I'm kind of in the middle of the Lavine to LA trade rumors. While I do think it could happen, I don't really think they need him, and while I do think he would help their team, I'm not sure he would be any better of a fit than Kuzma is. Lavine is by no means a defender, and while he is a better shooter than Kuzma, he doesn't enjoy being a spot-up shooter. I think he would want the ball in his hands a lot more than he would have it if he played with LeBron and Anthony Davis. For me, it does make a huge difference on where Lavine ends up. What do you guys think? Do you want to see Lavine in purple and gold, or do you think he would be a bad fit for the team? Let me know in the comments and we can talk about it there. But now on to Kyle Kuzma and his good performance lately, and how this may translate to how he can improve his fit on the team going into the final 8 games and then into the playoffs. And we'll talk about him revealing how he tweaked his jump shot a little, and how this may help improve his confidence going forward. And while there's really no big difference on his shot release or anything, I think by tweaking his shot he may have been referring to being ready for catch and shoot opportunities a bit more, or really just having his body in position to be ready to shoot. He talked about how the tweaks to his shot have improved his confidence, and this is where I think, or if anything I hope he did the most to his jump shot. Often in catch and shoot opportunities before the NBA got shut down, Kuzma would rush his shot or not have his body balanced or have his hands ready to catch and shoot the ball. That is one area where I would notice during the games I thought Kuzma could improve on. Well, again, I'm not sure if that is the area he meant that he worked on. He sure did well on Saturday, where he had 25 points on 10 of 13 shooting, and at one time going 5 for 5 on 3-pointers. While this was only a scrimmage game that he had this performance in, I still think it is important for him to boost his confidence and for him to find the best way of contributing in his role, which he is still figuring out. I mentioned in a prior video, but I do think adding Dion Waiters on the floor at the same time as Kuzma will open up more opportunities for him. I think his good performance may be partially a result of having more guys around him off the bench that can create their own shot and shoot the ball effectively from 3. Now let's go on to who I think and maybe who is more deserving of more minutes when the games matter between Dion Waiters and J.R. Smith. Both have had good performances during the scrimmage games, and both have been shown to be valuable additions to the bench. Dion Waiters seems to have given them what they are missing all year, and a guy off the bench who can create his own shot off the dribble, while J.R. adds another catch and shoot 3-pointer who can get hot quickly. I don't think there's a definitive answer to who will get more minutes. To be honest, I think it will be very situational, though I do think Dion Waiters is a better fit for the bench unit, while JR is a better guy to slide in with LeBron and AD when Danny Green or Caldwell Pope aren't in the game, as he is one of the best catch and shoot guys on the team. I think for the final 8 games before the playoffs, we will see Dion Waiters probably get a few more minutes per game than JR, as they will need a guy to create his own shot, since LeBron and AD likely won't be playing a lot, because seeding doesn't matter much to the team anymore, as they are pretty locked into that number 1 seed. I would probably say Dion Waiters is a little more important to the bench unit working as well. His ability to create his own shot and having defenders respect his game opens up more space for Kyle Kuzma to work and for Caruso to drive and kick the ball out to open shooters. While watching the scrimmages, Dion even drew a couple of double teams while playing. This goes to show how much his game can open up opportunities for other players. While I do think Dion Waiters is a little more important to how the team operates, can make things easier for the bench unit, I wouldn't be surprised to see JR get a few more minutes than Dion in a few games here and there. JR showed in the final scrimmage that he is still capable of getting very hot from 3, where he made 6 out of the 7 3-point shots he took. Most of the shots he made were off catch and shoot opportunities, which makes him a prime candidate to play minutes alongside LeBron and AD. He also made a couple tough shots, looking like the old JR, and this is always helpful in end of shot clock situations where you need a quick shot. If JR can get hot and knock down a few 3-point shots in a row, you know Frank Vogel will want him out there to open up the floor for LeBron and AD to get easier opportunities. Overall, again, I think Dion will consistently get a few more minutes than JR, but I believe it will really depend on the matchup. They both showed to already be valuable contributors to the team, and I'm excited to see how Frank Vogel utilizes them in games that actually matter. Anyways, who do you guys think should get more minutes, Dion or JR? Or do you think it should depend on the matchup more like me? Let me know by commenting down below and we can talk about it there. And if you enjoyed the video, remember to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, thank you for watching.